How patient must someone be when getting into this kind of, see, I may put a video online. Not that I'm going to do it, but I may do it. I may get one person looking at it and saying, I don't think I want to look at him. Maybe the first time. So does it take time for videos to grow on people? Because that's a very valid question he asked. How do I measure the success of my video? Is it one video or is it a series of videos that you must be looking at? What is it?
Okay. So the confidence doesn't come to you when you first create your when you first create your first video. Okay. So when I created my first video like 3 years back, I used to do a lot of retakes because since that was my first video, I prepared a script and then I memorized it and then I started speaking that out in front of the camera. So for each line, I used to stop, I used to get stuck, and then I used to go back, do a retake, and the editing also takes a lot of time when there are a lot of retakes happening, right? So this is how you start. You cannot be very confident and all. You might think that you have a good communication, so you'll be able to speak in front of a video as well, but when you go stand in front of a camera, you will feel that fear, you will feel that camera inhibition. But then you have to create a lot of videos. That's the only secret. You have to start creating a lot of videos to get over that fear. And my first video took me about like a day to complete. It was just 1 minute video, but I took a day to complete that video, complete recording that video, because I was very afraid. I was very afraid to speak in front of the camera. But when it comes to speaking the same script to my friend, I was able to do it. But I have to stare at the camera lens and then I have to speak. I don't have the audience there. I'll have to imagine my audience and then speak. So it was really nervous for me. But then if you keep doing that, you'll be able to get there.
That's great. Let me just ask one more question and I'll come to you so you can add, Rajesh. Um, we haven't spoken about sound. So when you record with a smartphone, depending on where you record, one, how important is sound and how can we shut out all the outside noises? And I found that my videos are full of sounds. First sound is a crow. I have a local crow which comes every time I want to do something, it sits in the balcony and it goes, yeah, it's very loud. It's like a built-in microphone, right? So how do you, not that I'm doing videos at home, but how do you fix that?
Okay, so I create videos in a very small space. So the tripod will be here. So my voice quality will be very clear when if it's a very small space. But if you create videos in such a big space, then you will have to use a mic. Okay, so you can use a collar mic. You can get it for like 1,500 bucks, I guess. So you can use a collar mic. Um, and if you are creating webinars or podcast in your office, then you'll have to use a quality mic. So for podcast, I use a mic called Blue Snowball, which costs us around 5K, but it gives you a clear quality sound. Okay, and
Sorry, can you repeat the name?
Blue Snowball.
Blue Snowball, Snoball.
Yeah.
Blue
B
Snoball.
L U S N O W B A L L.
Snow.
Yeah.
Blue Snowball, okay?
Yeah, so we don't have a very good setup for podcast also. So podcast is an audio version, but we create a video version of a podcast to promote it on social with the video version of our podcast. So um, the mic that we use is just 5K. So when it comes to videos, everyone might think that it is very expensive, right? You have to have a very good video studio setup and then you have to begin. It's not like that. These days, the equipments that you can buy are very cheap. You can go to Ritchie Street or Ellis Street and you can buy video equipments. Okay. And what was the other question?
No, that was it. Uh, but then I want to summarize what you said because that's very good. If you want to make videos and don't hesitate to make videos for yourself, is what she is saying. Because if you want people to know about you, please get to be a little shameless. Right? It's okay to make a video and say, and maybe you can make a video about the area that you want to be in. Now she's giving me ideas. I mean, all the three have been giving me ideas. And you don't have to spend too much. All you need is a small space, and you can correct me as I go along. A good script. So write down a script for how the video will be and maybe share it with a friend and get their idea. And a little bit of humor if you can, and emotion, emotion. People love Tamil serials, right? And backdrop, use a solid color when you're speaking, and natural lighting. If you're within a small space, then sound is not a problem, but when you go out, you have to get a mic that you have to use, right? So it doesn't look like it will cost much. You can start by today evening if you want.